Alright guys, how's it going? This is Hunter from Team Breakthrough. Now, I'm going to bring you a Nekroz deck profile, so without further ado, let's get it started. To start off, we have triple Unicorn. Unicorn was important for the Gen lock, but not so much anymore because we don't have the Gen lock or the Vol Chain. But it's still good for rank 4s, and it's even more important to recycle things like Shrit, that's now at 1, and Valkyris. So that part's gotten more important. The Gen lock's gone. Moving on. Now we have our searchers, 2 Brio and 2 Colossalus. Brio searches monsters, Colossalus searches spells. Then we have 2 Valkyris, which a lot of people run 3, and that's not a bad idea, but I prefer 2 because he's really easy to search and recycle with Unicorn. Next, our one-ofs, we have Trish, obvious. Gungnir, he's really good to protect things against dying. And something a lot of people don't really realize is that he can protect things from dying from battle as well as card effects. So, if you don't have a Valk, then he's really good to use in a pinch. Also, his effect on the field is that he is basically, you can just destroy something for discarding something. Then, our last one of Decisive Armor. Decisive Armor is even more important now than ever because of Tower's Turbo. A lot of things can't get over Tower's Turbo, but because this guy has a whopping 3,300 attack, he is just something to deal with. Also, his second effect is that while he's on the field, he can just straight up banish a back row for no cost. It's just crazy. That's it for the ritual monsters. Next we have Shrit and 1 Dance Princess. Shrit's at 1 now, sad. But okay, Dance Princess is really good to bring back things that are banished. Typically, I'll try to make that either, I'll banish a Valk for a Valk effect, or I'll grab Shrit after I banish him for Mirror. Or Brio is a pretty common one too, but yeah. Then we have 2 Maxi and 2 Assault Halberd. Assault Halberd is really just to make the matchups such as like Burning Abyss, Shaddolls, stuff that you really need to get to your extra deck fast for. Like you need to get to the Consular Diamond, you need to get to Abyss Dweller. In the mirror match, you really need to get to your Rhapsody and Berserk so that you can banish their mirrors. It's just really good it just makes the rank 4 plays faster and more consistent. So yeah. Then you have your 6 Jews, 3 Manju, 3 Sinju, and that rounds up the monsters. Now moving on to the spells. We have your standard 2 Kaleidoscope, 2 Mirror, and 2 Cycle. Just pretty standard. 1 Preparation of Rites, and triple Rhoda. I like triple Rhoda because now that you only have 1 Shrit, it makes the deck just a little more consistent. It just makes it a lot easier to get 2 Shrit with just 1. Then we have 1 Regeki, double MST, 1 Book of Moon, and 2 Forbidden Lance. With Genlock gone, Protect the Castle is just a little more important. So, and also now we have room, now that we're not running Genlock or outs to the Genlock, such as, Dark Holes, such as Smashing Ground, Bull Blader, DD Warrior Lady, that kind of stuff. Alright, that's it for the main deck. Now moving on to the extra deck. We have your level 12. I'm using 5-Headed Dragon. You can also use Quasar or so I think it's Rainbow Neas is level 12. But anyway, now we have 11, Star Eater, and Trishula level 9. I'm using Trishula because you can go for a Brio and a Colossalus with Kaleidoscope. But yeah, so then 2 Herald of the Arclight for the Kaleidoscope, send Herald of the Arclight to summon Unicorn, and then Herald of the Arclight lets you search for basically anything. Also in the extra deck, I'm sorry, I was at Nats a couple weeks ago and sold a lot of stuff, and my extra deck stuff is kind of running low right now. So, also for the extra deck, you need to have a Daigusto Emerald, a Gaga Cowboy, a Castel, Exciton Knight. Abyss Dweller is really good for Burning Abyss and Shaddolls. Ragna Zero is really important now that Cliff Forts are coming back. Tall Mason Constellar Diamond, also for Burning Abyss and Shaddolls. And then Rhapsody and Berserk for the mirror match. Also, I would say put in a Leo. Leo is really good to have because then you have a level 12, 11. Leo would be your level 10, and then a level 9. It just makes the deck that more consistent and gives that much more versatility to your Kaleidoscope. Now for the side deck, 2 Flying Sea. I like Flying Sea because it's really good against Burning Abyss. It basically delays Burning Abyss for like a turn or two, and Stellar Knights, it just stops them basically. Because as long as you have a Valkyris in hand, they can't attack through something to get rid of it, and it's just crazy. Another option would be to run Stygian Dirge, but I definitely prefer this because Flying Sea against Burning Abyss is basically a Regeki for them because they just die. Next, 2 Artifact Lancia for Ritual Beasts. Fossil Pachycephalo. No one really plays this, but I'm playing it. Let me tell you why. This is really good for when your opponent makes a play, a huge push, and you just can't get through it. You can just hold this in your hand until you need it, and then after your opponent makes a huge push, then you like Valk, you can do whatever, stop their attack, and then your turn, set this, they attack into it, and it blows everything up. It's an extremely underrated card. Personally, I think it's one of my favorite cards in the side deck. Next we also have Nekroz of Decisive Armor. Again, Cliffort Towers Turbo is a very real thing. It's very dangerous, and you just need to get to this as fast as possible. Then we have 2 Dark Holes. I like 2 Dark Holes because it basically anything that likes to make big pushes, this just punishes them for overextending when they know you probably have a Valkyris in hand. Also, when you use Dark Hole and it wipes the field, then you can use your mirrors in the graveyard to search. Your 3rd MST, and then 2 Twister. Really good for Cliff Forts, really good against Yasenjus because it keeps them from searching. Also, they like their Pendulum monster, the Shinshu L. And also, it's really good against floodgates like Vanity's Emptiness, Macro, Defissure, lose a turn. Basically, this deck loses to floodgates, so you really want to get rid of those as fast as possible. Pretty much every game I side in Mystical Space Typhoon, at least, if not also Twisters, just to kind of preempt the floodgates. All right, next we have Double Poisonous Winds. This deck has a very poor matchup against Ritual Beast, and basically Poisonous Wind, it says wind monsters cannot be special summoned, and all face-up wind monsters lose 500 attack. Basically, it makes their monsters little, and it makes them not able to do anything, because Ritual Beast need to be able to special summon things. Next, your last card, Solemn Warning. It's just kind of self-explanatory. You could also run Vanity's Emptiness, but I like this more than Vanity's Emptiness just because it's a counter trap, it's quick, it's basically just a card for card, done. Alright, so thanks guys, that was my Nekroz deck profile. This has been Hunter from Team Breakthrough. Alright.